The OnePlus 2 is definitely one of the best smartphones we have in 2015. But is that battery really that big? Can it last a day? Can it be better than the other ones? We'll find out in this video. Hey guys, it's a review artist, and let's take a look at the OnePlus 2's battery. So the battery in the OnePlus 2 is pretty big. It's a large 3300 mAh battery, and as you can see it's on 84% at the moment, approximately 8 hours left. Now my usage today has been pretty poor because I have been using the device quite a lot. Now usually I do charge it in the morning if I'm not at college, and during that if I am at college, and today I wasn't at college, so I decided to charge it around 12 o'clock, and well, maybe 1 or 2, and by 3 was, or just before 3 it was fully charged, and now it's 4:30, so that's 1.5 hours has gone and it's on 84%. Now this is just the 8 hours remaining is not actually how long it's going to last for, but if my usage continues as it has done for the past percent, which has been pretty intense, my last percent and last few minutes of using this phone, so 8 hours is approximate. However, it will change as soon as the battery percent goes down. Now, yeah, it has gone down a bit quick, so on average you can see it does take 10% an hour. That's 10 hours. That is good. Now that's not bad at all compared to the iPhone's 6 battery and the Galaxy S6 Edge, which I did have before. Now the S6 Edge battery, if I took it off at 3 o'clock and it's 4:30, it would be around 77 to 75%, and that's on a light usage. On a heavy usage like this, it might even be like 69%, because that was pretty appalling. Now, when I'm not using this phone, the battery is just amazing. Like, it literally just stay there. You can see on here, tap that, the Wi-Fi wake screen on, charging. So the GPS doesn't take any at all. Mobile network signal does take quite a bit. Wi-Fi does, wake, screen on. Now, even when it's sleeping, it just lasts forever. Now, as you can see, it just has gone down 1%, and it's 7 hours remaining now. Since I did say that what I'm going to do is I'm not going to cut any of this video out. So what you see in the timing that it takes for me to talk in this video is the actual real life timing. So when I did start the video, not right at the beginning, but when I did say it's a large battery, etc., and that was the start of, and it was 84%. Now it did just go on 84% a few minutes, about 5 minutes before that, so as you can see it is going down a bit now, but I definitely think it will last till 12. It definitely will, because the battery has been amazing so far. Now I did have the OnePlus One, and truthfully on Cyanogen the OnePlus One battery might have been just like the last 10 minutes more than this, literally that's it. But with Oxygen OS on that OnePlus One, I did find it to be around 4 hours of use, which is like worse than half of it. So it's like cut down the battery by like 60%, which isn't bad at all, which is really bad. And on here I do have Oxygen OS, so that's 2.2 Oxygen and 5.1.1, and that did make a difference. Obviously Lollipop did take a bit more of the battery even when updating, but now we're waiting for Android M. The Google, actually it will be maybe this week or the next week, the Google announcement for their conference and keynote. So anyway, so on average it does last a day. Now I do go to college at 9 o'clock, and so I take it off charge at around 8:30, just before I set off. And if I get to college at around 9:30, whenever I'm listening to music, I turn my mobile data off when I'm on the bus, and that will get me around, I'll say on average, it'll go around like 5% if I'm listening to music for like 45 minutes. Now, as soon as I get to college and I'm about to go in the classroom, I do put my mobile data on, and when I'm in the class I sometimes turn it off or just leave it on. But because it's in my pocket, now this is another great feature on this device, because of the hardware and the software. If your mobile data and everything is on and you are not using the device, so it's on standby obviously, it does last a lot. Now it's practically the same amount of putting it on aeroplane mode or something. So if you put your phone on aeroplane mode, you will find out it is better for battery life. Now that amount of goodness when doing that is the same what you'll get on this device generally by just putting it on standby with everything on, which is good. I do close the apps, and as you can see, I do have settings open because I've just opened that and I've just got the battery. As far as RAM goes, that does make a difference. So again, I will tell you about how to save your battery, stop it from dying. Now, where's the RAM? Storage. That's my storage. So, and storage does make a difference. So if you're using all of your storage, it generally does drain your battery and makes your device slower. So now, applications is where you'll find it. So you go and run in, and you can see there. So this is a 4 gig of RAM beast, and we've got 1.8 gig free. And system and apps is taking more than last time. However, doing stuff does not affect the performance or the battery, so that is really good. So again, so the battery, yeah. So by the time lunchtime comes at 12, my battery's on around this much, 83%, which is good. Yesterday it was I think 3 o'clock, and my battery was on like 69%. Now that for me is amazing, and I've actually got a few screenshots that I'm going to show you. So this is from the other day, and as you can see, the usage was pretty amazing. So I started off around 1 o'clock, and I heavily used the device, and it went down. Now, around 3:30, it was on, let's say, around 86% or 87%, and it went down, and I used it again. So this is talking, about 6:30, maybe, 7:30, there's a time up there. So when the screenshot was made, 7:30 from 3, and it was on 73%, and approximately it would last a whole more than 24 hours, about 27 hours altogether, and 22 hours remaining use. Because my I did use applications, I replied to emails, replied to messages, Facebook, Instagram, but because I wasn't on it constantly, it didn't count up and it didn't use 1% at all. That's why it's not on here. So if your battery does use 1%, if your phone's battery goes down 1% on a certain application, it will be displayed on here, but because that wasn't the case, it wasn't displayed, and that's how good the battery was when not using this device. And here's another time, so you can see my battery was on 86%. I probably got the phone off charge around 8:30, or we'll say 9 o'clock, and you can see it did go down, and this was at 2:55. And it said 1 day and 11 hours left. Now that is almost 2 days of battery life. And as you can see, I did use % on Snapchat, and wow, yeah, Snapchat does take a lot. I was on Instagram as well, just normal replying as I did previously, and you can see it almost lasted 2 days. It didn't last this, it probably went up to like 12 o'clock because I was heavily using it after. But approximately, according to your recent stats, that's what it's going to give you. Now this is the best one I've ever had on any device. The previous best one has to be on the OnePlus one, but the OnePlus 2 has just overtaken it. And let me show you one for today. Yes, I have to admit, I didn't really use the device when I took it off charge, but it lasted 35 minutes, and after 37 minutes, it went down 1%. Now, I'd say it lasts 36 minutes on 100%. Now that 36 minutes percent, you can imagine how good that is. Now this was, I did reply to a few Snapchats, that's about it, not a really heavy use at all. I would use this more, and I assume you'd use a phone more. But if you're on a busy day and you're checking your phone for time, you'd get around 36 minutes per percent, and that is just amazing. You can figure it out for yourself how good the battery life on the OnePlus 2 is. Yes, there were complaints, but to me it's been the best, and I'm sure it will remain the best, hopefully. If updates may be able to improve it, but updates should improve other things such as the camera, which I've had a few problems with, the equalizer restarting, and yeah, but battery life, OnePlus, please do not touch it at all, it's amazing. And yeah, so that was just a quick overview of the OnePlus 2's battery. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please thumbs up this video, comment, subscribe and share, and I'll do more amazing videos on the OnePlus 2, separate things such as the camera, the battery. Today was the battery. Yeah, stay tuned for next week's video, guys. Peace.